name is Jen. I am the Unorthodox Healer. This is a tarot card reading to celebrate the lunar eclipse that we have either very late on the 13th if you're over in the Americas, or the 14th for those who aren't in the Americas, everywhere else in the world. So my name is Jen, I am the Unorthodox Healer. I'm based in southern Scotland in the UK. Hopefully I'm blessed, not hopefully, I am blessed today with sunshine. I hope that you have it too, wherever you are in the world. Let me know where you are. It always blows my mind as to where my YouTube channel gets to through the world. You're very welcome here. I am doing a reading, as I said, to celebrate the lunar eclipse. It is supposedly going to be turning the moon a blood red colour, which we shall see as to whether it does or it doesn't. But what it does mean is that there is this full moon eclipse, and then there is another eclipse at the end of the month as well. If you've been seeing any of my other readings, or you've been watching any astrology YouTube channels, or reading anything, they just fell out, I'm not going to take those. You will know by now that March is a very, very profound month for what is going on energetically with the planets. It's all about change, and about unprecedented change that we haven't seen in our lifetime. So Venus is retrograde, Mercury is about to go retrograde on the 13th as well. And so this is absolutely a time to assess what you want in your life, who you want in your life, what sort of person you are. Do you want to continue to be the person that you have been moving forwards past March? What do you need to do to make yourself a better person, give yourself better opportunities, get rid of the things that aren't serving you, make you have a more positive mindset, get out of the negativity and away from the people who are being negative around you as well. This, I can't stress enough as to how strong the energies are at the moment, and how this really is, not only have we got the eclipse full moon going on, but we also are in Pisces season, and the Pisces season is the end of an astrological year as well. So this really is about the beginning of the end, but in a positive way. So the lunar eclipse is, you know, this has been recorded on the 10th. You might have already started to feel the pull of that, and the energy of the new moon, of the full moon and the eclipse. An eclipse is like a full moon on steroids, essentially. And it may well last. Sometimes you can even have the effect of this going on for 6 months after it's happened. But typically it's sort of 2 weeks afterwards. But if you're particularly sensitive, or your birth chart is in a position where you are being particularly affected by this, you know, Pisces in particular will probably, and potentially Aries as well, will be affected quite a lot by this, because we have so many other planets already in Pisces, and we're on the cusp of Aries. Then, you know, this is, try and see it as something which is beneficial. And whatever happens, as I keep saying in all of my readings, if things do happen and they are out with your control, or perhaps they accidentally happened and you didn't mean them to, that there will be silver linings for each one of these things. So the underlying energy we have is the 6 of Cups. It says, give yourself the compassion you were never given. This is also something else that you need to be thinking of during eclipse season. you have to look after yourself. The other thing with this as well is that there may be some really major things going on in the world that we have no control over. So this is very much a time when I would recommend that you are looking after yourself and those that you love and you care about over anybody else. We are going to find this month stressful, particularly at the end of March. So now is the time to start putting in the care and the love and the nurturing that potentially you haven't given yourself recently, or you forgot about, or you've just never really done it. It's never too late to do that. And this Six of Cups is showing you that the underlying energy of all of this is about being kind to yourself. Do not beat yourself up during March. I think it's going to be difficult enough anyway, let alone with you taking things personally as though you could have done or you should have done something better, because that's not what March is about. This is about riding through the changes and coming out the other side, and probably being quite a different person from the way that you went into March as well. So the cards that we have are even the Knight of Wands with the Six of Swords, the Lovers. So at the moment we have the Six of Cups, we have the Six of Swords, and we have the Lovers, which is number 6. Then we have the Seven of Swords upside down. Then we have the Eight of Cups with the King of Wands, the Five of Cups with the High Priestess, and we end with the Sun card. So we have the Lovers, the High Priestess, and the Sun as the 3 major arcana cards. Major arcana cards are ones which are stronger, longer lasting, permeating energies through a reading. Now this is obviously a generic reading, it's collective, so it's based on the energy of the reading and the situation rather than a specific sign. This may resonate with you, it may not resonate at all, but this is also timeless, so you know, different energetic timelines mean that this will resonate with some and not for others. Don't try and make it fit if it doesn't. So the Knight of Wands, it says sometimes you have to be willing to bend the rules a little. And then it's with the Six of Swords, all aboard which it's time to write a new chapter. Sometimes you have to be willing to bend the rules a little. The King of Wands about opportunities, about, in this instance, I want to say it's about doing what's right. And this will potentially be a time in March where you do have to bend the rules a little bit to get what you want and to find yourself in a position where you are able to start a new chapter. And again, eclipses, moons, new and full are all about change and writing new chapters, or putting into place the work that you need to be able to start a new chapter soon. I don't know what it is that you're looking at. This is about travel. This is about moving, obviously, from, you've got each one of these suitcases here has got a truth in it. Perhaps this is that you are going to find truths that come out, which are going to mean that, and potentially maybe you have had to bend the rules a little bit, or somebody else, perhaps a Knight of Wands. Sorry, was I saying that was a King of Wands? Knight of Wands. Knights are people who bring movement and opportunities into your life. So potentially somebody is going to come into your life who is going to give you some truths which are going to allow you to move on and start afresh. Maybe they're things that you shouldn't have heard from this person, or they shouldn't have told you, but regardless of how you find out about them, this is about turning your back on the past and looking forwards to the future. The next 2 cards are the Lovers. Will you or won't you? The choice is yours. And the Seven of Wands upside down. It says witches should hold other witches accountable. The Seven of Wands is usually shows somebody with a stick, a wand, and they're defending themselves from people who are stood slightly lower down. You can only see their wands, their sticks, and they're defending their position. This is upside down in this instance, which means that you can lower your defences. Once you find out what these truths are, you can lower your defences. Perhaps you have somebody or something coming back into your life, and previously you had barriers up against them or the situation. The Lover's card can be about romance. It can just be about something which you love or makes you happy. Mercury goes retrograde. Venus is already retrograde. Venus is the planet of love and relationships and things that make you happy. Mercury is about communication, conversations. When things go retrograde, it brings the past back. You are literally travelling back in time to recent past. This isn't going to be something from 10 years ago. This is maybe going to be the last 6 months, a year, something like that. When we go into retrograde, it is about having the opportunity to do something differently from how you did it before. If you chose to stay in a situation or stay with somebody, perhaps this time as we go into retrograde, I think it comes out sort of the middle of April. During that time, you might have a different thought on the way that you want to do things and the decision that you make. So something is going to come back into your life, and you're going to be less defensive of whatever the situation is. Maybe it's because you found out what these truths are. The next two cards are the Eight of Cups and the King of Wands. The Eight of Cups, it says, if your life feels stale, explore some new scenery. The Eight of Cups is usually about walking away from something. You're all right where you are, but you have that wanderlust. You have something which you are yearning for, which you're not getting at the moment. You're perhaps daydreaming about something. Perhaps you're daydreaming about this thing that used to bring you happiness. The King of Wands, it says, shine your inner candlelight bright enough for others to follow. This is upside down. I think you just have to be absolutely selfish here. Maybe you have been this King of Wands character to people, that you have been the one that has wanted or acted as a wise peer that people would look up to or follow, or you might have been the one in your friend group or your community who had all of the ideas and held everybody together and supported everybody else. Has it been stopping you following your own needs and doing things that you should do to give you some self-love, give you that thing which, you know, maybe you've always wanted to go on a journey, maybe you've just wanted to pack your bags and leave from and walk away from whatever the situation is that you've been in for a while. So stop being there for everybody else and do what you want to do. Maybe whatever this situation is that's going to come back to you, maybe you're suddenly going to go, well, last time I said no to it, why don't I just say yes to it now? Pack my bags, let's go for it and see what happens. The next two cards we have are the Five of Cups and the High Priestess. The High Priestess is the Major Arcana card. And the Five of Cups says, spilled tea isn't the end of the world. And the High Priestess says, when in doubt, your first gut feeling can always be trusted. This is again about retrograde. This is you, and you can see that there's a moon cycle here. And that's a month's worth of thinking. When in doubt, your first gut feeling can always be trusted. Does this go back to whatever this situation is here, where maybe now that this is back, that you are going to make a very different decision? Trust your gut. And also don't be afraid of the fact that potentially this is a complete turnaround to the decision that you made first time round. Maybe it was a negative decision and you did regret it. And now because she's looking to the past here. Anyone who looks to the left is looking to the past. Anyone who's looking to the right is looking to the future. Obviously, if they're looking straight at you, this is the here and now. Spilled tea isn't the end of the world. Did you feel as though you did make the wrong decision and that you had missed out on something and you've regretted it? It's come back round, so now is the time to go with your gut feeling. Don't go with your head, go with your heart. Don't go with what you think other people want you to do. Do what you want to do. Forget everybody else. This is also March, with everything that's going on with the planets. It also should be quite a selfish month, in that you really need to be, as this says, fill your life with compassion for yourself. Do the self-love thing. Look after yourself over everybody else. Now, the last card that we have is the Major Arcana of 19, and it's the Sun card. It's the happiest, the best card in the deck. It says, give yourself permission to experience joy. The dresses that these two have got on here are very similar. It feels as though this is a younger version of the lady here that we've got in the Six of Cups. I'm just talking, all of these cards in this deck are all women. It's based around a witch's deck. This is not gender specific here. But if you make a different decision from the one that you made last time when this situation came around, you are... I was going to say, I said previously that this was maybe 6 months to a year. Maybe this could even be because I do feel she is significantly younger here than she is in this Six of Cups card. Maybe this is something from a long time ago, maybe even 2019, that has come back round. You should go for it. What is the worst that could happen at the end of the day? You only live once. You have to do what you think is right over everything else. Whether you have responsibilities, you have things that you think are tying you. If you really want to make a change, you should just go and do it. And this reading shows that whatever this is that's coming back, if you make a different decision to the one that you made previously, which you may have regretted, the world is your oyster. The sun is you experiencing joy because of the change in the decision that you're going to make. I hope that's been useful, collective. If it has resonated, this might not have happened yet. If you come back to it at a later date and you go, oh goodness me, that was exactly what that reading said was going to happen. Probably by the end of March, the kind of second week in April, this may well have played out if it's going to play out for you. So keep calm. March is going to be wild. The eclipse is, this is going to be a fair roller coaster, but look after yourself over everything else and everyone else. Because there's good stuff potentially coming to you if this is resonating for you. So hang on in there. Ride your way through March as best as you possibly can. If this has resonated, I would love it if you would leave a comment for me and also like and subscribe. It helps grow my channel and pushes my messages out to other people. I will speak to you soon, and thanks for getting to the end, and take care. Bye.